Hello, fellow comic book worms. This is Not Man. Welcome to my channel. I have a question for you guys. Do you guys like it raw or a slab? Today we're not going to eat the comic book. We're just going to talk. And let me eat first. Mmm.
Oh, what fun we're going to have together.
I have two slabs in my collection. Father's Day gift from my kids because this was one of my favorite Superman issue number 300, retelling of his origin story according to the 20th century, and he will eventually become Superman in 2001. This was a prize from Rob's Fast Tax. Again, thank you, Rob, and thank you for Comic Vet. He was celebrating 500 sub. Now these are two slab I have, real slab. Let me give you what I think is a pro for having a slab. Protection, right? Protection. It protects your comic book. It's a cool display. Right? Third party grades it for you. So it's more marketable if you want to sell it. Well, if you have the right comic book. Maybe this one, right? More marketable. And again, prettier, right? Yeah, I mean, so I see the attraction of collecting these slabs. What's the advantage of raw comic books? I have a full access to it, full physical access to it. I could open it up, read it again, smell it. Not only do I have access to covers, but I have access to inside as well. Of course, I'm degrading it every time I touch it, right? It's cheaper to collect these than these. We're talking about same comic book, right? So I've been thinking for a long time actually, because I like displaying my comic books. I like displaying my comic books. Of course, I like to think that my comic book have values. I mean, I know they don't. Most of them don't. 99% of my comic books don't have value. But some of them, they do have value. And, but I still want to be able to display it, you know, and say, hey, so this was my first way of displaying comic book. It's been on my shelf for about 15 years. And slowly it has eaten away the color. That's no longer red, but it's orange. Look at the red, it should be that red right there, because of a UV light. Ever since I started thinking about collecting comic books, I started noticing this. I go, shoot, I probably shouldn't have put that out there like that, right? So recently, I say, you know what? I want protection. I want it to be pretty. I collect. I don't flip comic books. If I flip comic books, I probably want to go to slab anyways. But I don't intend to flip my comic books. So grading, I don't need third-party grader, right? And actually, I would like to learn something about grading myself. This would force me to grade myself, right? If I don't, you know, focus on these slabs. So I decided to there's better way to slab my own comic book, right? There ought to be. So last year I did this, come out with this slabbing. I'll provide a video below for my other channel. It's Drama's channel. It stands for Jack of all, Master of none. And I think I have a video where it assembles this DIY. So I made this slab right here. I even put, notes on the comic book, my own grader's note, my own other graphics and logos. But I thought that was fun doing this. I tried on different comic books. Now, advantage of making my own slab is that I still have full access to my comic book. I just need to just reassemble it, right? I'm going to do that later. Oh, this is a Mystique's first appearance. Miss Marvel. I did this one. Again, I thought this was a key comic book, Black Lightning, first appearance of Black Lightning, right? So I put all that information there. I didn't put a grade on this one. I think it's pretty low grade, so. Nova, I put 6 on that one grade. I'm still trying to figure out, best way to slab my comic books. I am Fist. I actually gave it a 7, only if I'm right. And when you're slabbing comic book, you want to slab something that has a lot of value, not like this kind of books. But when you're slabbing your own comic book don't have to have a value. It could be for sentimental reason, right? Like this doesn't have a value, it's just brand new comic book. Cover price or less now. But when I'm doing my own slab, I don't have to worry about that. I just do my own and not worry about the value. Now, one thing bad about this, I figured out, is that this is not bad actually, but I'm probably using really good bag. These bags become, I don't know if you can tell, become wrinkly. I put these bags in there to protect it from this plastic that's not acid free, because the bag is acid free, but the plastic isn't. So I come out with another method just recently. Oh, there's another one that before I show you another method was this. Steel bag is bad on this one too. And none of these slabs, even though the ones I've shown you, were protected from UV light. You'll do this eventually, right? So none of these slabs have a UV protection on it. And this is just paper. So I came up with this not too long ago. How to assemble this one, I'll provide a video below. A link below. That's going to be also in the drama channel. I'm just going to on this channel, I'm just gonna talk about it. Just talk. This for my niece. I go ahead and take this area out because I don't want my niece to just take it out like I did on this one. I'll just take it out like that. I don't want her to do it like that. So I'll go ahead and tape these up. I think this is Key Comic Book, so I'll go ahead and put up the information. Oh, I didn't put information. I guess I would need to put some information. Another thing is that I could replace this thing easy enough. Put my own graphic in there if I want. On this one, I put original price to let her know that, hey, this is what I originally paid. And after Flashpoint movie comes out, check and see what kind of price it will go up to, if at all. You know, you never know. I mean, Uncle Nam, man. The price went down to $20. What? I have my own grader's note. I made my own little grading effort. I don't know if that's 9.4 or not, but I like to think so. And just put this right back on there. But I didn't tape those yet because I'm still working on that. I did it for my nephew. This isn't worth anything, but anyway, they have a UV protection. And it took me a long time to do UV protection on this one. I mean, figure out how to do UV protection. Has the UV protection, and also I figured out to put a acid-free plastic into these slabs. So there's actually 3 layers here. UV film, but UV film and this plastic doesn't touch the comic book. I have an acid-free plastic there. So there's a three on this side, 3 on this side. So there's 6 layers of protection. And then in the middle, I put something in there so that when I'm pressing the comic book, it doesn't press the staple areas. So I put a acid-free board in there, cut to the size. So I say, you know what? These are, I could have easily access these guys. I mean, this keep on popping open. I need to redesign that one. I could easily access them unless I put a tape in there. But still, I mean, I could still access them. I have a full access to them. I could display them, I think, safely. I'm still experimenting, you know. I don't know if I want to trust my UV film and just let this hang in there for 15 years and turns into something a little bit lesser than this, or a little bit better than this, but not much. I don't know. I mean, I'm still experimenting, right? So, but for my niece, I think it'd be okay. And during my experiment, I say, hey, I think that UV film is no good, or the UV film is good, and whatever. I mean, also trying to put my comic books in dark area with the UV lights and UV protected lights, UV free lights, UV free bulbs, right? UV free bulbs. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to have a best of the both worlds. Protection of the slabs. Be able to display it. Right. Have a full access to it if I want to. Learn how to grade myself. Yeah. Did I show you this, by the way? Yeah. Learn how to grade myself. So yeah. And the money that I was gonna spend on these slabs, money that I was gonna spend on the slabs, I'm spending on these materials, learning how to protect it myself. The time that this goes on to CGC or whatever year of waiting, I'm waiting on my own experiment instead of waiting for them, and you know, see how I could improve the design. Yeah, so that's my thing. I'm gonna have a both slab and raw. I want it all. Anyway, till next time. Let me know.